Hello everyone, welcome to the Mela Universe. We are Kemet. Thank you so much for joining us. It is time for a tarot reading. Let us see what is coming through for us at this time. We trust you are well. Bitares calaturos tiriavatir. Yes, kitas. We just saw a butterfly out the window. Okay, at the center of the read, we have the Three of Cups. And the Star within. We have Death without. We have the Three of Wands below. And we have Seven of Swords above, crowning. Triple three. We have double three on the floor with the Three of Cups and Three of Wands. And beneath the deck we have the Ace of Swords. Okay. And the Two of Wands beneath that Source asked us to keep. Okay, so beautiful beings, overall energy is Source is saying this is a transition stage. You're coming into a new year, and we're all, of course, coming to this new year, stepping into this new year, into this new frequency of being, into this new way of being. And you are receiving clarity and understanding about this new way, this new year. This is a very unique experiencing of creation, as 2024 is at infinity frequency. As such, this year and the energies this year is to truly mirror you. Everything mirrors you. The physical always takes the shape of what you honor. This year, it is simply sharper, for you have done the work from 2020 up till this time to integrate Source and to weave Source and to crystallize as Source in this physical realm. So that which is being mirrored is precise, is more accurate. And because it's so precise and more accurate, it changes the realm you're creating in, right? So if you can imagine in the illusion, even in the caterpillar frequency, a lot of the collective we're still creating. A lot of us were creating with a unified mindset, a unified way of being, a unified outlook. As such, the reality being created was almost very general, a very general year, everybody having a very general frequency. And we felt it whenever we would feel the up ahead coming, not try to direct it, just have a sense, feel the energy of it. In the previous years, we could literally feel the whole year and how it would flow. We would feel the energy. We're quite sure a lot of you will remember in the beginning we used to do yearly readings for each sign, and we were able to really pick out each and every single month what would happen. And I suppose we could do that, but it doesn't feel organic to us now. That feels more like trying to direct or trying to know what's meant to be discovered, right? But that feeling, it was quite a very clear, this is how the year feels like it's going to trend, how the year feels like it's going to flow. This year, when we feel 2024, it's very unknown. There's no clear one pattern. It's multiple. Everybody's having a very unique experiencing of this year. So instead of having one fluid feel of a path, one path of this year feels incredibly very different. And some people say, but everybody has a very different, unique experiencing of the year. Yes, everybody's usually has a very unique experiencing of one bandwidth of energy creation. Because remember, in the illusion, we all thought one way. So that one way was the singular note, and everybody had different experiencings of that singular note. This year, everybody has their own note. Their own note. So it's not a singular note and different ways of experiencing that note. It's your own unique note and your own very unique way of experiencing that note. And that note is so unique to you that nobody else can hear it and nobody else can play it and nobody else can replicate it. Because you're no longer, the foundation of your creation is no longer a collective thought. It is now a unique source frequency born of your own energy. So this new year, this new experiencing of you is incredibly unique to you. And so at this time, you are having a bit more understanding of how you work, of how the energies work. You are having observations. Perhaps you're co-creating with people or meeting up with old friends. It was the festive season, and now it's coming to the new year, maybe meeting new colleagues, or perhaps some of you are still on holiday, so meeting new people. But just the way you interact with people and the way you experience things and the way you are feeling the energies and the way you are making sense of this year, it's very unique to you, and you're having it's all about you receiving clarity about you and your world that you're uniquely creating, your role in it, and also just of what you want. There is an understanding of what you really, really want. And it's not what the illusion wants, and it's not what spirit. Remember, the spirit guides are guiding us to source. So it's not any external influence, and that is why you're receiving this understanding of what you actually want and what you actually want to create and how you wish to engage with the energies and the earth. And it's a discovery, it's a complete discovery of you and how this frequency operates and how you engage in it and your role in it. And it requires that complete trust. Okay, this is really the time when you step into the space and you discover what you bring to the table. Try not to try to overthink it or try to plan it. Allow yourself to step into the space, step into the interaction, step into the conversation, step into the experience without having any premeditative text, paragraph, statement to make. You are simply there, and in that energy, you're experiencing what you are. It really assists for that clarity for you to understand, okay, so this is how organically we would be in this space. Fascinating. Okay, so this is how organically I feel here. I don't need to be anything for anyone. I'm not trying to prove anything to anyone. We are just simply in this space. I'm just simply in the space with these beautiful people, with these work people, with these colleagues, with this family, whatever it is. I'm in this space here, even alone, in nature, whatever it is. I'm in this space, here I am. And as I'm here, without deciding what the space has to be, without deciding the role I need to be for this person or that person, without deciding this is what I need to offer, I'm simply here and I'm experiencing what I offer. I experience, you could say, the role for that day, because it changes every time. Whatever the energies are, you are aligning with the co-creative energies. So if you're a caregiver that day, that's what you are, but it's not a defined role that you're a caregiver. It's just that in that day, at that time, you have the capacity to be caregiver, and it's the energy and the role that works beautifully for everyone and everything. And you don't define it, you don't decide, oh, but what am I getting out of it? There is no thoughts You're not overthinking every single step, every single situation, what this word means, what it's just observation and clarity. Clarity about this way of being, this new way you are of the butterfly, because this is you out of the cocoon as the butterfly now into the world of the butterfly, and you're receiving a clarity and an understanding. And the more you allow yourself to be guided to those unknown spaces, the more you release needing to know. Seven of Swords, right? Crowning. The more you release the mind and needing to know and the more you will find that joy, that Three of Cups energy and the Three of Wands energy within, right? Joyous experiences is what awaits, because now that you are allowing yourself to be guided to unknown spaces and into, even if you, for example, we this festive season we have a few beings who we had part of the purging and clearing process. Remember the Eight of Cups energy? We had to release everyone, everything, even those we really, really love, beautiful close friendships, and beautiful beings. And we had released everything, every single being, to go into the cocoon as Velastri for the past 3 years and reawaken and reemerge. And now we are Camden, as Camden, in the physical, and we're feeling these connections. And then we had a few beings we had released as Lasala's timeline come back, right? And there wasn't resistance in meeting them now. In the cocoon, we couldn't gel with anyone, so it was very resistant being in anybody's space. Now it felt like, okay. And then we just received beach day. And we received beach day with this person we had released, and this person and this person. We thought, okay, well, no idea how this is going to be. No idea how they're going to receive us. No idea how the situation is going to pan out. But let's go. And we had a beautiful day. Beautiful catch up. Beautiful understanding. Words, of course, were shared. Healing. And it's not in a, oh, now we're back to where we are. No, there's no defining, oh, this is what we are. It is simply a feeling of the energy in that space. And resonance is the key. And having a beautiful time where we are now no longer, it was an interesting observation of self, where we no longer are overly explaining or overly trying to be present or overly trying to be of importance or overly trying to people please. We are simply just being present and enjoying the energies around and experiencing what we then are, because, oh, let's do this. Like, we would experience ourselves bring through ideas or expressions, but it wasn't preconceived. There wasn't any ulterior motive behind it. It was very in the present. Oh, let's do this, because we just received it. It was really lovely. And we had a lot of fun. It brought a lot of joy, community, happiness, but with no attachment and no conditioning and no limitation, no restriction, no expectation. So the more you just allow yourself to honor your beautiful new transformation process, step into your path, and allow yourself to receive the clarity by being present and open, quietening the mind, not overthinking, not overstressing, not being, oh my word, I haven't seen this person for a long time, blah, 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 or oh my goodness, this is family, and yada, da, 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 or oh, this is work, and stop thinking and just be, okay, this is my day. I'm going to be present in it. I'm going to be present in it and clear in it. And as I'm present in it and clear in it, I will be guided to all the spaces of joy and happiness, and I'll feel good about it. And that's the frequency. Joyous creation now, joyous experiencings each moment in this new year, because it is such a unique frequency. You're creating on your source, your own unique note, and you're allowing yourself to experience the co-creations through resonance. So all the different notes come together when they resonate. If you're trying to force it, like any two notes that don't go together on a piano, if you try to force it, oof, it sounds not great, they just don't go together. But those that go blend in together, those that have resonance, oh, they sound lovely. And that's what's happening. You are just being your own unique note floating through your day, and should another note resonate, that's how you co-create. And that's what you receive here, this co-creation, the receiving of you, the receiving of you. That is what it is, the receiving of you in each experience, the receiving of your expression of source, your receiving of love, your receiving of the interaction, your receiving of your experiencing, your receiving of the whatever it is in that moment right now, the receiving. Just like right now, as we are channeling this, right, we are inspired to do a tarot for TikTok and YouTube, so we started with this one, and here we are for YouTube. And we are open. We do not decide what we're going to do. We never decide. Imagine if we sat here and we decided today we are gonna talk about work and stress at work. Let's pull tarot. Oh, that would be so stressful, and so, especially if it's not the frequency that's ready to be healed, I'd have to force this. I would have to force this conversation, and all of you would have to force a resonance if you really wanted to. It would just be uncomfortable. Instead, we are here, we have no idea what we're going to speak of. We shuffle and the cards come through and we channel it. And now we discover the words. We discover the healing. We discover the memory which assists with the message. And you discover whatever it is you're discovering right now, right? And then you receive what is yours now, uniquely. Each of you have a different receiving of this message, as we also have a different receiving of us, a different receiving of how we express and how we channel. And so you really receive you in the spaces where you no longer decide you and define you. Release the mind. Don't overthink. Don't overanalyze. Be in that moment and release it. It's in the past. It's no longer there. Don't now go back and, oh, what did I do? Was it okay? Was it enough? What if? Let it go. Let it go. Be present, enjoy, and then let go and be present. Because when you let go, then you're present each moment, and you can enjoy each moment just to be enjoyed. But should you keep what happened in the past lingering, you're not enjoying the now. You're keeping the energy alive, and that energy no longer serves. It's long gone. Within we have the star, without we have a rebirth. Yes, a huge soul activation within for you to come to your authentic nature. This is the frequency of infinity, star energy, star alchemy. How does a star shine so brightly? All within, all without. All of the shadow, all of the truth, all of the unknown within, thus all of the light, all of the seen, all of the clarity without. Infinity as within, without, right? So you are to really come into this crystallization of source, which you have been doing, and it's now coming to almost like an activation. You are witnessing in the physical, which is why it's a rebirth, Scorpio energy. You are witnessing in the physical, and it's giving you an understanding and a clarity. Excuse us, we dropped a card. Just give us a moment. Okay, grabbed it, got it. So, here it is, the Two of Wands that fallen. Right, so, you've done the work to be source at all times. In the cocoon, this is what the guides were guiding you to this, for you to be the star. And you have done the beautiful work to transition to it. Now, as the star, you're stepping into this new frequency, this new year, this new reality, this new cycle as a star. So what's happening in the physical, you're having a whole rebirth. You're having a very different and new experiencing of the physical realm, of people. The things that used to... You might be seeing the same person, like, for example, again, when we now connected with these beings we had released in the past as Lasala, now we're meeting again as Kemet. it was interesting because the aspects there's a difference in what we enjoy in them now. Same person, of course they've grown and they've evolved and they've changed, but there's a we can feel the difference between the things that Lasala or Velastri enjoyed about them versus what we as Kemet enjoy about them. Very different. So it's a new experiencing of them, and we know they're having a whole new experiencing of us, right? So it's this rebirthing of these experiences, of these places, of when you are now in work at the office space. In the past, maybe you used to stress and overplan and overwork and not trust your intuition. And now you are in that space, trusting intuition, not overstressing, not overplanning, but being present, and you are receiving and you are channeling and you're creating from your truth. And it's working and it's beautiful and it brings joy and happiness, and people are liking it because it's the fear of you thinking, oh no, if I don't do it the way I used to do it, it won't work, is invalid, because it's working now. It's working beautifully now. So you are getting to experience this new way you are and understand it. You are having this understanding of your rebirth, this clarity of this new physical being you are, because within, crystallized as star authentic frequency, and this is the Aquarian realm, the realm of truth and authenticity, stepping into this world, your own note, your own frequency, your own way of experiencing it. And so in the physical, this is you experiencing it as the rebirth, because everything is different. The way you are is different. The way you behave is different. The way you feel towards things is different. The way you are just different. And so you no longer care in ways you used to care. It doesn't mean you don't care. It just means you're no longer emotionally involved and attached in things that are codependencies and conditions and obligatory feelings and emotions. No, you now care for the experiencing, for the richness, for the energy, for the vibe, for the frequency, for the love, for the nurture. There's just different things you care about now. There are different things that are important to you now. And you are now discovering these different things in this rebirth. The clarity of what's important to you now. What's meaningful to you now. How do you, who do you want to spend your time with now, and how do you want to spend your time with now? And yes, this happened quite a lot through the cocooning, the shedding, but even that was through spirit's guide. So it almost felt not forced, but it was a teaching, it was a purging, it was a clearing. So it felt very much out of your own control, all the changes. Now you are in your own body, you're in your own frequency, you have mastery over everything, so you feel that control. And so now you're experiencing everything, but in your own understanding, your own perception, your own integration, your own personal integration, not spirit's understanding or spirit's perception of you, but your own perception. And it is source's eye view. It's source, because you're a source. So it is you stepping and observing everything as source, through source's gaze, through source's frequency, through source's available energy grid, and yet you're integrating it as your own personal experiencing. And it feels interesting because you are, it's like being a newborn baby, but being an adult at the same time. So you are experiencing things you have known in a very new way, and you are feeling how you feel about it, and testing how you feel about it, and gently stepping to the water, dipping your toes in, observing, and you're experiencing how you're feeling about everything without any guilt from illusion and obligations of family, culture, tradition, society, whatever, without any guilt from conditioned spirituality, higher powers, being seen. Oh no, I can't. There's none of that. You are just literally free, open, experiencing, guilt-free how you feel about things, and coming into an understanding of who and what you truly are, and what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy. And you're being a lot more decisive, discerning. The only thing Source would like to really bring through is don't doubt yourself and release your stop doubting yourself. Okay, trust in your power. Step into that meeting space and channel your meeting. Step into that conversation and channel your conversation. And when we mean channel, we don't mean, oh, now I have to meditate. And receive. In that space, you'll receive the words. You don't have to practice a conversation before saying it. Yes, sometimes for meetings, for business and companies, you will be inspired to make a plan. Oh, I have to actually do a proposal, I have to do a slideshow. And even if you're doing all that stuff, allow yourself to receive it in the making of it. Don't. There's something very precious and powerful about you trusting what is coming through to be enough for whatever it is you're doing, as opposed to you trying to tailor what you're doing for an outcome or for a person to receive it in a good way, because that takes away from your power. But you sitting there knowing, okay, I've got this presentation for work tomorrow or next week, because we hope we're not doing it last minute, but maybe doing it last minute, who knows? Tomorrow, here we go, have this presentation for work tomorrow. So now you're sitting there and you're not thinking about the people who are there. You know the topic. You know the topic. You are the topic. You have been the topic. You are the topic. So now you sit there and with the slideshow, this is coming through. Ooh, this would be nice. This would be nice. And you are just allowing it to come through and flow and flow. And then as you're there, you have a plan. Maybe I should look up that thing. So in the session, you're receiving, maybe I should look up that. And then you go and do a bit of research and, oh yeah, this will actually be great. And then you put that there, as opposed to, okay, I'm stressing. So, who's the head of the company? Okay, so what do? They do this. Okay, then I need that. So now you are not feeling the energy and channeling and bringing through the answers from Source. Now you are trying to direct your slideshow to please another. That distorts your energy, as opposed to receiving the plan, receiving the inspiration, receiving the thought process, receiving the frequency, and trusting what you receive in that time to be enough. That is your highest outcome. That brings in the joy, and you receive what is truly yours. 3 3 stability goes to a 6, harmony and balance. Blessed be.